Welcome to our channel. If you're new here, we explore the unexplained, the mysterious, and the extraordinary. Today, we're diving into one of the most baffling stories in aviation history, a tale that blurs the line between science and science fiction. We're talking about Pan Am Flight 914, a plane that vanished in 1955 and reappeared decades later, untouched by time. This isn't just a story about a missing plane. It's a story that challenges our understanding of reality and leaves us wondering, could time travel really be possible? So, buckle up, because this is a journey you won't forget. In 1955, Pan Am Flight 914 took off from New York City, bound for Miami. It was a routine flight, carrying 57 passengers and 6 crew members. The weather was clear, the skies calm. But somewhere over the Atlantic, the plane vanished. No distress signals, no wreckage, no trace of the passengers or crew. It was as if the plane had been swallowed by the sky. Search and rescue teams scoured the area for weeks, but found nothing. No debris, no oil slicks, no signs of a crash. It was as if Flight 914 had never existed. For years, the disappearance was chalked up to a tragic accident. But there were whispers, rumors that something far stranger had happened. Some claimed the plane had been abducted by aliens. Others believed it had flown into a parallel dimension. But the truth, it seemed, would remain a mystery. Until 1992. On a clear day in Caracas, Venezuela, air traffic controllers spotted a plane on their radar. It was flying erratically, with no transponder signal. They tried to make contact, but the pilot's voice was garbled, distant, almost as if it was coming from another world. The plane landed safely, but when the ground crew approached, they noticed something off. The plane was a Douglas DC-4, a model that hadn't been in service for decades. The paint was faded, the metal corroded, and the passengers, they were dressed in clothes straight out of the 1950s. The pilot insisted it was 1955. He demanded to know why they were in Venezuela instead of Miami. When the authorities showed him a calendar, he refused to believe it. He was convinced it was a hoax. The passengers were just as confused. One woman kept repeating, "This isn't right. This isn't right." And then, they were gone. Before anyone could stop them, the pilot taxied the plane back onto the runway and took off. They vanished into the clouds, just as suddenly as they'd appeared. No one ever saw them again. When the authorities checked the plane's registration number, it matched Flight 914, the same plane that had vanished in 1955. The story made headlines around the world. But the questions far outnumbered the answers. How could a plane disappear for 37 years and reappear, untouched by time? Where had it been all those years? And why did it vanish again? Over the years, countless theories have been proposed to explain what happened to Flight 914. Some say it was a glitch in time, a ripple in the fabric of reality. Others believe it was an experiment gone wrong, a secret government project that slipped out of control. One of the most popular theories is that the plane entered a wormhole, a shortcut through space and time, emerging decades later, untouched by the passage of time. But if that's true, where did it go? And could it happen again? Physicists have long speculated about the possibility of wormholes. According to Einstein's theory of general relativity, these theoretical passages could connect two distant points in space-time, allowing for instantaneous travel between them. But wormholes are incredibly unstable, and their existence has never been proven. Another theory suggests that Flight 914 may have been caught in a time loop, a phenomenon where time folds back on itself, trapping objects or people inside. This could explain why the plane reappeared decades later, seemingly untouched by time. But not all theories are rooted in science. Some believe that Flight 914 was abducted by extraterrestrials. UFO sightings were common in the 1950s, and some researchers have suggested that the plane may have been taken by aliens and returned years later. Then there's the idea of parallel dimensions. Could Flight 914 have accidentally crossed into another reality, only to re-emerge in our own decades later? This theory is supported by reports of strange phenomena, such as the plane's garbled radio transmissions and the unnatural haze that surrounded it when it landed in Caracas. Witnesses around the world have reported seeing the plane in the years since its disappearance. A farmer in Argentina claimed it landed in his field, only to vanish moments later. A fisherman off the coast of Japan described seeing a plane matching its description disappear into a thick, unnatural fog. In 1999, a man in Florida came forward, claiming to be a passenger on Flight 914. He described the flight as normal at first, but then the sky outside the windows began to warp, the clouds twisting into impossible shapes. He said the plane shook violently, and the air inside grew heavy, almost suffocating. When he looked at his watch, the hands were spinning wildly. He claimed he blacked out and woke up in a field, alone, with no sign of the plane or the other passengers. But not all accounts are so dramatic. In 2003, a group of hikers in the Andes Mountains reported seeing a plane matching the description of Flight 914 flying low over the peaks. They said it disappeared into a thick bank of clouds and never emerged. These sightings raise even more questions. If Flight 914 is still out there, where is it now? And why does it keep appearing and disappearing? Some researchers believe that the plane is trapped in a kind of temporal limbo, caught between dimensions or timelines. Others think it may be a ghostly apparition, a remnant of a tragic event that refuses to fade away. Whatever the truth may be, the mystery of Flight 914 reminds us that there are still things in this world, and beyond, that we cannot explain. So, what do you think happened to Flight 914? Was it a glitch in time, a secret experiment, or something beyond our understanding? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.